Hello, and welcome to another day of English 2. I'm your online teacher, Miss Abear. As a reminder, we have been working on a National Writing Project argument unit about lab-grown meat. I'm going to skip over the graphic about National Writing Project. If your teacher is interested in being a National Writing Project teacher, they can go back and watch one of my other videos where I talk about how to become a writing project teacher or instructor. So today we are going to be making a plan for writing our essays. So you should have all of the notes that you've taken. Y'all, at this point you should probably have at least 10 pages of notes that you've taken, whether that be on your texts. This is the graphic, infographic that we read, or you've written it on paper. You should have lots and lots of notes on your desk ready for today to make a plan for writing your essay. And then you're actually going to start writing it. So we read 4 different articles. We read an infographic about interesting facts about artificial meat. We read from Lab to Table, Will Cell Cultured Meat Win Over Americans? We read Designing Tomorrow's Burger, and we read The Truth About Lab-Grown Meat. All 4 of those articles provide lots of evidence and reasons for you to have written a really well-written, nuanced claim yesterday about the topic. So remember, you don't have to have a question. You can develop the question yourself, or you don't have to have a question at all. But you can write a claim that is based on your thoughts about the topic. All you really need is a topic, and then you can develop a very well-written claim from that topic. And I hope that you have lots of different things that you can write about, because here's the one thing I'm going to say. Sometimes your teacher, when they are given, when you guys are given a question, all of your essays look the same. You write about the exact same things, you use the same evidence, you use the same reasons, and it just gets really boring to read and grade all of those. But when you get a topic and you get to develop your own claim, the different ideas that you have and the way that you write those makes it more compelling, makes it more interesting, and for your teacher to read. And when your teacher is interested in what you're writing, he or she is happy. And a happy teacher usually gives better grades. So keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to how do we take the evidence and all of this information that we've put together, how do we put it together to make a great essay? So I know you remember this graphic, and I ask you, I implore you to consider using this graphic to plan out your essay. So what you would want to do here is you want to put your claim in this area right here in the table. And then each person sitting at the table is going to be either an article or a person from the article and what they say specifically about your claim. So you can write this just as a circle and then as sprouts of that circle, so these different ideas. Or you can try to print this out. I can possibly put a link to this graphic in the YouTube description so that you can have this graphic if you choose to use it. Some people don't like to necessarily use this graphic because it does limit how much space that you have to write those ideas and to say exactly what it is that that person or article says about your specific claim. So think about that and how you're going to organize that evidence. Now, here's the other part. You need to, when you think about that claim, I would probably have 1 or 2 of these people be talking about your counterclaim, right? So your claim itself should be nuanced enough where you can acknowledge that counterclaim and that you give space to those people or those articles that talk specifically about your counterclaim. So this is a graphic that you can use, or you can create your own. Next, I want you to think about kind of that organizational workflow. And I encourage you, this has been adapted from Gretchen Barenbay's Kernel essays. And so basically, it walks through the way you can organize an argument. Now, be careful not to use the exact verbiage because then it gets redundant, it gets boring. But let's walk through this. First, I thought this. Then I learned this. Now I think this. And then you give the overview of the issue. One side thinks this way about the issue, another side thinks this, and then this is what I believe. Or you can say one aspect of the issue is this, another aspect of the issue is this, another aspect of the issue is this, and so my claim is, and then you start going. My claim on the issue, in addition I'll add, additionally I'll add, and then you have your refined claim there. Or you can go the traditional route that says my claim, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, and then the end. But think about how you're going to word that, because you can't use first I thought this. You're not going to use that exact word. You're just going to say what it is that you thought. So you may say, I would never eat lab-grown meat. And then I learned why I should, right? So using I in an essay is typically not a good idea. It's not formal language. So think about that, and your teacher can give you some pointers and some ideas of how to take this organization and make it more formal, okay? So next, let's look at drafting your argument. Look at either one of those two graphics and begin drafting your argument. How will you put that information on your paper? And I do encourage you to write that down on a piece of paper, not on your computer. When you are using a pencil or pen and a piece of paper, science has proven to us that your ideas flow a lot better. So think about that, and I encourage you to use a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen and draft that argument. So that is all that we're going to do for the rest of today, because I want you to finish drafting your essay today. And then tomorrow, we're going to look at revising that essay. But I want all of your thoughts today, or as much as you can give until the class ends. So until tomorrow, happy reading and happy writing.